Hello guys, how are you? So today I am here to describe about absorption in intestine. Whatever digestion occurs in intestine, we have described in previous video. Now I am going to describe about absorption in intestine. After the digestion in stomach, the semi-digested food is called chyme, and after digestion occurs in intestine, this semi-digested food change into the name as chyle. So what is absorption? Absorption is after digestion, the nutrient materials in its soluble forms absorbed by the microvilli of the villus, then passes to the liver and then to the systematic circulation to different body parts. It is called digestion, and these absorptive material taken by the different cells and tissues. So this is all about absorption. Now that is the process by which the product of digestion absorbed by the tissues and bodies is called absorption, and the food which is known as chyme after digestion in stomach, which enters into the duodenum, then after digestion this chyme converted into chyle, and which is more easy for absorption by the tissues. Now what are the cells responsible for the digestion? There are three types of cells responsible for digestion absorption. These are the cells. First one is enterocyte, which is present in the intestinal lining of the small intestine. At the same time, enteroendocrine cells, these cells are present in the pancreas, stomach, and some intestinal cells, they also help in nutrient absorption. Besides these, parietal cells, which is present in the stomach. In the parietal cells, there are some intrinsic factor such as glycoprotein, which also help in the absorption of vitamin B12. Next, what are the sites of absorption in GI tract? First, in the oral cavity, the mucus of the oral cavity, which can absorb some medicinal drugs. Next is esophagus, where no absorption takes place. After then, gastric wall of stomach, which can absorb glucose, minerals, and alcohol, and some drugs, and water also. And in case of ileum, which is the most absorptive area, which can digest all the soluble forms of protein, fat, and carbohydrate in its soluble forms. And the large intestine is the only part where most of the water and glucose is digested by the is absorbed by the body. Now, what is the organ which help in absorption? These are the villus. What is villus? Villus is the finger-like projection present in the intestinal wall interiorly, and which is formed of this finger-like projection, see here, which contains epithelial cells. Under this, covered by epithelial cells, under this both arterioles and venules, which ultimately make the forms of capillaries, and within the capillaries there is a lacteal, which help in the formation of absorption of all lipid particles from the food materials. And at the same time, these epithelial cells, this projection is called villi, and these epithelial cells also have some hair-like structure, which are called microvilli, and these microvilli and villi help in the total absorption area. Now, what is the size of this microvilli? It is both length and in breadth. It is 0.2 to 1 millimeter in millimeter, and it is covered by, already told, it is covered by epithelium. At the same time, microvilli are also present. And actually, there are about how many microvilli present or villi present in intestinal area? There are about 5 million villi are present in intestinal area. And why villi are present? Due to the presence of villi, the absorbed area or surface area become extended, and about 10 square meter is increased due to the presence of this villi. Now, through this, all of the end products of the carbohydrate, protein, and food materials are absorbed by this area. Now, how it occurs, mechanism. Actually, there are two types of transport occurs in case of absorption. There are passive transport and active transport. In passive transport, no energy is required, just diffusion. Due to the diffusion and osmosis, the nutrient materials in liquid form passes from one side to another side. And what are the materials here in case of passive transport? The materials transports are here: vitamins, magnesium, calcium, purine, and pyrimidine substances. In case of active transport, the absorptive material needs some energy, and this energy comes from the ATP. And due to this active transport, most large molecules like carbohydrate, proteins, and fat molecules passes through this active transport through this villi, and through lacteals, all fat materials are absorbed. Now, all the carbohydrates, whatever absorbed by the body here, they move to the liver, and in the liver, this excess carbohydrate transformed into glycogen, which is helpful at the time of starving. And at the same time, some proteins, amino acids, small amount of peptides are also absorbed in the system, and very small amount of amino acid absorbed through the lymphatics. Lymphatics and lacteals are only the transported way through which fat materials are absorbed. And absorption of especially water occurs through large intestine. Similarly, absorption of vitamins, vitamin D by ileum, vitamin C and B complex by duodenum, vitamin K by large intestine, and absorption of minerals by stomach and large intestine. So how these material moves to the all body parts? Because after absorbing, why absorption occurs there? Due to absorption, we get energy because these food material passes from these villas of intestine, move to the each body parts or each cell of the tissue. How it occurs? From lumen. Lumen means suppose this is intestinal. So inside the intestinal, this is mucus layer. From the mucus layer, finger-like projection are there. These are called in both sides. Both sides they are present, and these are called villas, or plural it is called villi. And these villi contains inside lacteals, and one side arterioles, that is, what is arterioles? Arterioles means smallest formation of arteries. Here it is venules, and this is called lacteal. Lacteals particularly absorb fat materials, and these are both taking, particularly vein are taking food materials in the form of carbohydrate, glucose, and amino acid. And these amino acids, these are the things taken by the, here the cell which are called enterocytes. So these are the cell taking this food material here and passes to villi and microvilli. Here all microvilli are present. For food materials, if food is there, it moves through microvilli and enterocytes through microvilli and passes to a great channel called portal vein to liver. What is portal vein? Portal vein are the vein which have branches on both sides. So here it is also branch taking all food materials to liver. Then from liver, ultimately through vein, it enters the heart, and from heart by systemic artery, by systemic circulation, it passes to all body parts or cell. So this is the flow of nutrient from where food material absorbed here by the villus, particularly by the enterocyte cell, as I have already told, that particular cell which can have the ability to absorb all the food materials, and from where it moves to the, through portal vein to the liver, liver to the heart, and from heart it passes through systematic artery or systematic circulation through all parts of the body. So this is all about the absorption of nutrients in intestine, both small intestine and large intestine. Particularly large intestine only absorb water and glucose and some minerals, and all other food materials absorbed by the intestine. So this is the absorption of food materials in intestine. In my next video, we will move to the respiratory system. So if you like it, you please subscribe it. Thank you.